Hello and welcome back to Word Unlocked. I'm Jake.
And I'm Sarah, and today's word is a big word, a serious word. It is about how we think, how we make decisions, and what happens when we stop thinking clearly.
Yes, and I think everyone has had a moment where they stopped thinking clearly, where emotions took over, where they made a bad decision because they were scared or angry or panicking.
Oh, yes, everyone has been there. And today's word helps you understand why that happens and how to prevent it.
Jake, the word please.
Oh, you remembered. The word is rationality.
Rationality. A big word, but a very important one. Let's learn it.
So, rationality means clear thinking, logical thinking, using facts, using reason, not emotions, not feelings. Just what do the facts say? What is the logical answer?
For example, you want to buy a new phone. Your heart says, buy the most expensive one. It looks amazing. It is beautiful. But your rational brain says, wait, do you have the money? Do you need all those features? What does the evidence say?
Rationality is the voice that says, slow down, think, look at the facts. Don't just feel, think.
And the opposite of rationality is emotion. Emotion is not bad. Emotions are important. But when emotions take control completely, when you are very angry or very scared, it is hard to think rationally. It is hard to use rationality. Today we learn how to talk about this.
Let's look at the chunks.
Chunk 1. Based on rationality. This means your decision comes from logic, from facts, from clear thinking, not from feelings, not from guesses.
For example, her decision was based on rationality. She looked at all the information, she compared the options, she thought clearly, and then she decided. Her decision was not based on emotion, it was based on rationality.
Or, good business decisions should be based on rationality. Don't start a business just because you are excited about the idea. Look at the numbers. Look at the market. Look at the competition. Base your decision on facts, on rationality.
Based on rationality is very useful in business, in medicine, in science, in any area where facts matter more than feelings.
But here's something important. Based on rationality does not mean ignoring feelings completely. Feelings give us useful information too. The best decisions often use both, rationality for the facts and feelings to check if something feels right.
A good balance, logic and feeling together, but always start with the facts.
Chunk 2. Lose all rationality. This means your emotions take over completely. You stop thinking clearly. Fear, anger, panic, they take control, and your rational brain stops working.
For example, when he saw the car accident, he lost all rationality. He was in shock, he was scared, he couldn't think clearly, he couldn't make good decisions. He lost all rationality in that moment.
Or, during the argument, she lost all rationality. She was so angry, so hurt. She said things she didn't mean. She made decisions she later regretted, because in that moment, rationality was gone.
We all lose rationality sometimes when we're very scared, very angry, very tired, very stressed. In those moments, our emotional brain takes over and our rational brain gets quiet.
And this is why people say, don't make big decisions when you are angry or scared. Wait, let the emotions calm down, then think clearly, then decide.
Sleep on it. That is a great expression. If you feel like you're losing rationality, sleep on it. Decide tomorrow.
Chunk 3. Bring some rationality to a situation. This means the situation is chaotic. People are emotional, maybe arguing, maybe panicking, and someone steps in. They're calm, they bring facts, they bring clear thinking, they bring rationality back to the room.
For example, the manager brought some rationality to the argument. Two people were arguing, both were emotional, both were saying strong things. The manager came in, she said, "Okay, let's look at the facts. What do we know? What are the options?" She brought rationality to the situation. The argument became a discussion.
Or, he tried to bring some rationality to the panic. Everyone was scared. Everyone was talking at the same time. He said, "Stop. Let's breathe. What do we actually know right now? What can we actually do right now?" He brought rationality back.
Bringing rationality to a situation is a very valuable skill. Not everyone can do it. When everyone else is emotional, staying calm and thinking clearly is difficult, but it's so helpful.
This person is sometimes called the voice of reason. They bring rationality when everyone else has lost it.
A great person to have on your team and a great skill to develop in yourself.
Chunk 4. Cold rationality. Cold means no emotion, no warmth, no feelings considered at all, just logic, just facts, just numbers. Cold rationality is making a decision that is completely logical, but it feels harsh, it feels uncomfortable, because it ignores the human side of things.
For example, he made the decision with cold rationality. Maybe he had to close a project. Maybe he had to end a partnership. He looked at the numbers only. He didn't let feelings affect the decision. Cold rationality.
Or, sometimes business needs cold rationality. If a product is losing money every month, cold rationality says, stop it. Even if the team loves the product, even if it was someone's idea, the numbers say stop. Cold rationality says stop.
Cold rationality is sometimes necessary, especially in business. Sometimes you have to make hard decisions, and emotions make hard decisions harder.
But cold rationality can also be dangerous because people are not just numbers. Relationships matter. Feelings matter. A decision made with only cold rationality, with zero emotion, zero empathy, can damage trust, can hurt people.
So, cold rationality is a tool, a useful tool sometimes, but not the only tool, and not always the right tool.
And the fifth chunk, the rationality of a decision or a plan. This means the logical reason behind something. Why did you do this? What is the logic? What is the justification? Can you explain it clearly?
For example, I want to understand the rationality of this plan. You see a plan, you don't understand why certain choices were made. You ask, what is the thinking behind this? What is the rationality of it?
Or, the team questioned the rationality of the new rule. The new rule didn't make sense to them. They couldn't see the logic. They asked, why this rule? What is the reasoning? What is the rationality behind it?
This chunk is very useful in meetings and discussions. When you want to understand the thinking behind a decision, you ask about the rationality of it. Not in an aggressive way, in a curious way. Help me understand the logic here.
And if you cannot explain the rationality of your own decision, maybe think again. If you can't explain the logic clearly, maybe the decision needs more thought. Okay, story time. My first story is about lose all rationality.
Tell us.
A few years ago, I was working on a very important project. I had been working on it for weeks. The deadline was the next morning at 10 o'clock. At night, my laptop stopped working. It just turned off and would not turn on again.
Oh no, the night before the deadline.
The night before the deadline, and I completely lost all rationality. I was panicking. I pressed the power button many times, nothing. I tried to open it. I didn't know what I was doing. I called a friend and could barely speak clearly. I was not thinking. I was just reacting in panic.
You lost all rationality in that moment.
Completely. After about 10 minutes, my friend on the phone said, "Jake, stop, breathe. Did you save the work to the cloud?" And I stopped. I breathed. I thought, yes, I had saved it to the cloud. I could open it on my phone. I could email it from my phone.
The solution was there the whole time.
The whole time, but I couldn't see it because I had lost all rationality. The panic took over, and rational thinking was impossible. My friend brought me back. He brought some rationality to my panic.
And the project?
I sent it from my phone. It was fine. The client never knew anything happened, but those 10 minutes of panic, completely irrational. The solution was simple. I just couldn't see it.
That is such a real story. When we panic, the brain stops working well. The answer is often simple, but panic hides it.
Always when you feel panic, stop. Breathe. Give your rational brain a chance to come back. My story is about bring some rationality to a situation. At a previous job, I had two colleagues, both good people, but they disagreed about how to do a certain task. And one day, the disagreement became a real argument. In the middle of the office, both were speaking loudly, both were very emotional.
An uncomfortable moment for everyone nearby.
Very uncomfortable. And our team leader walked over. She didn't shout, she didn't take sides. She just said calmly, "Okay, let's sit down, both of you. What is the actual problem? What do the facts say?" Just that. Very calm, very clear.
She brought rationality to the situation.
Immediately, the energy changed. Both colleagues sat down. They were still a little emotional, but her calm, rational question changed everything. In 5 minutes, they had a solution because someone brought rationality back into the room.
The tone of one calm person can change the whole atmosphere. That is the power of bringing rationality to a situation.
Yes, you don't have to be the loudest person, just the calmest, just the clearest.
My story is about based on rationality. When I was 23, I had to make a big decision. I had 2 job offers. One job paid more money, much more, but it was in a field I didn't really like. The other job paid less, but it was in a field I was genuinely interested in.
Head versus heart.
Exactly. My emotional brain said, take the one you love, follow your passion. But I also wanted to be rational, so I made a list. Salary, growth opportunities, daily work tasks, future skills, long-term potential. I based my decision on rationality.
And which did you choose?
The lower paid job, because the rationality was clear. The skills I would learn there were more valuable long-term. The growth potential was higher. The daily work was better for me. The numbers, when I looked clearly, supported that choice.
The rational choice and the emotional choice were the same.
Yes, and that was a good sign. When your rational analysis and your gut feeling agree, you can be very confident in your decision. I took that job. It was the right choice.
Based on rationality and confirmed by feeling, the best combination. And my last story is about cold rationality, and I want to tell this one carefully because cold rationality is not always bad, but it needs to be used carefully.
Yes, tell us.
A friend of mine runs a small business. A few years ago, he had a product he loved. He had worked on it for 2 years. His team loved it too. Everyone was emotionally attached to it.
But the numbers were very bad. Every month losing money for 8 months in a row.
8 months of losing money?
8 months. And he kept saying it will get better, give it time, because he loved the product. But finally, his business partner sat him down. She showed him the numbers clearly. She said, "We cannot continue this. If we continue for 4 more months, the whole business is at risk, not just this product, everything."
Cold rationality.
Cold rationality. No emotion, just the numbers, just the logic, just the facts. And it was hard to hear because he loved the product, but she was right. He stopped the product and the business survived. And later he made a new product, a better one, that actually made money.
The cold rational decision was hard, but it saved everything else.
Yes, sometimes cold rationality feels harsh, but sometimes it is necessary. The key is, use it when facts clearly demand it, not as an excuse to ignore people's feelings in general. But when the facts are very clear and the stakes are very high, cold rationality can save you.
Facts first, then kindness in how you deliver them. That is the balance.
Okay, let's finish. Rationality means clear, logical thinking based on facts, not emotions, not panic, not guesses. Just what do the facts say? What is the logical answer?
Your 5 chunks. Based on rationality, making decisions from facts and clear thinking, not just feelings. Lose all rationality when strong emotions like fear or anger take over and you stop thinking clearly. Bring some rationality to a situation, stepping into a chaotic or emotional moment and introducing calm, clear thinking. Cold rationality, making a very logical decision that completely ignores emotion, which is sometimes necessary but can feel harsh. And the rationality of a decision or plan, the logical reason and justification behind why something was done.
Your homework today. Think of a decision you need to make right now, a small one or a big one. Write down the facts, just the facts, no feelings yet. Just what do I know? What does the evidence say? Practice thinking based on rationality, just for 5 minutes.
You can always add feelings after, but start with facts. See what the rational answer is first.
And if you feel yourself losing all rationality this week, remember, stop, breathe, give your rational brain a chance to come back. The answer is usually simpler than the panic makes it seem.
Thanks for listening to Word Unlocked. See you next time.
Stay curious.